Witness the greatest cover-up in human history.
Da Vinci.
Completely banned in more than 10 countries and sparked protests across half the world. The Da Vinci Code film was, despite all that, a tremendous success, becoming the second highest grossing film of 2006. It was later followed by 2 sequels, Angels and Demons and Inferno. Today we have the film of your choice. The Da Vinci Code is the winner of your voting, and I'm happy to have it for our English lesson. So why were so many people against this film while so many others admired it? In this lesson we are going to talk about the secret at the heart of the film, which brought so much negativity and criticism toward its plot, and we'll also learn some interesting upper, intermediate and advanced vocabulary. It's going to be both intriguing and thought-provoking, so stay with me until the very end and let's begin.
You asked what would be worth killing for.
The trilogy is based on 3 books of the same names, written by Dan Brown. In his interviews he says, all descriptions of artwork, architecture, documents, and secret rituals in this novel are accurate.
If you look carefully, it essentially says the places are real, the buildings are real, the documents are real. What I do is I create fictional characters and fictional action that takes place in the real world. I try to keep these novels very relevant to my readers, let them learn something. I just want them to know that when Robert Langdon picks up a document and reads it, that's a real thing.
And that's true. So what exactly brought so much interest and admiration to the book and the film?
It's hard to put it down. Once you start, you really don't want to stop. People are really intrigued by the nonfiction elements of the book. And they're also hearing about a very intriguing conspiracy theory, and people love conspiracy theories.
But this very conspiracy also backfired and turned many religious people into a furious crowd. Protests took place in the United States, Greece, Peru, the Vatican, Thailand, China, and many more countries. As a result, the film was completely banned in Syria, Belarus, Lebanon, Egypt, Pakistan, Jordan, the Philippines, and the others.
It is brilliantly plotted, badly written, and total rubbish.
At the Cannes Film Festival, the Da Vinci Code was called an attack on religion and a letdown in every respect. However, some critics who didn't see it as a religious threat said, unlike most Hollywood blockbusters, this one assumes audience members will be smart. I especially like this statement because the Da Vinci Code requires a considerable amount of background knowledge to be fully appreciated.
The mysteries of spirituality, the Holy Grail, the origins of our religions, these are topics that resonate at a deep spiritual level, really at the core of the human psyche. You know, whether you agree or disagree with the topics, they're on the table and we're talking about them. And these are topics that for centuries have been taboo.
So what is this taboo topic and why is Leonardo da Vinci involved in it? Let's watch the part of the film that explains the whole conspiracy and find out why it's based on one of his paintings. Robert Langdon, an American symbologist who is in Paris for a lecture on the interpretation of symbols, is played by Tom Hanks. He was asked by the local police to be of help to find the killer of Louvre curator Jacques Sonnier. Before dying, he leaves a cryptic set of clues written in symbols, numbers, and references to Da Vinci's works. At the murder scene, Robert meets Jacques' granddaughter, Sophie Neveu, and they begin a quest for the legendary Holy Grail. What is this Holy Grail, and why are they searching for it? Robert and Sophie arrive to Sir Lee Tebin, a noted British Grail historian, to get some answers.
You are requested to make yourself at home.
You are requested to make yourself at home. Make yourself at home is an idiom of level C1, easy to remember and understand. It's commonly used when someone wants their guests feel welcomed and relaxed in their home. He's saying you are requested. Why he's not saying you are asked to make yourself at home? The word request means to politely or officially ask for something. It has a bit different tone in usage. Request is mostly used in formal situations. So this word suggests Robert Langdon and Sir Stephen are not close friends or buddies. Examples. Students are requested to be quiet. The information requested by the committee was provided.
A dramatic late-night arrival.
Thank you for having us.
What can an old cripple do for you, Robert?
Historically, the word cripple referred to someone unable to move or walk properly due to an injury or illness. This use of the word is now widely considered outdated and offensive. Nowadays, people prefer to say disabled instead of cripple. That's why the following example, the woman who uses a wheelchair is a cripple, is rude and offensive. Please do not say like that. Say the woman who uses a wheelchair is disabled.
We want to talk about the priory of Sion.
The keepers, the secret war.
What is this secret war? Why the priory of Sion is the keepers, and what are they keeping? They are keeping a secret. As a matter of fact, protecting the secret. In the film, the Priory of Sion is an ancient secret society founded to protect a sacred truth. Among its members were Isaac Newton, Botticelli, Victor Hugo, and Leonardo da Vinci.
He had the unfortunate challenge of being a modern man of reason. He was living at a time when this information, you couldn't just stand on a street corner and proclaim how you felt on a topic that was contrary to the church.
And because of that, Dan Brown says, Leonardo was forced to leave clues about the sensational secret within his paintings. For 2,000 years, there has been a hidden conflict between the Catholic Church, presented by Opus Dei group in the story, and the Priory of Sion, because the Church, on the other hand, wanted every member of the keepers to be gone and the secret never revealed.
Lee, I'm into something here that I cannot understand.
You,
Not without your help.
playing to my vanity, Robert.
Robert is asking Sir Tibin to share some light on the topic, but Tibin knows that Robert is as smart as he is, so he says, "You are playing to my vanity." What he wants to say? That this is a game? No, let's break it down. Vanity is the word of level C2. It describes an obsession with oneself, with the looks, achievements, knowledge, abilities. It describes an excessive pride of someone. It's when someone cares too much about how others see them, especially in terms of beauty, intelligence, or status. So you can also say arrogance, ego. So the phrase play to someone's vanity means someone's complimenting or flattering another person, knowing he likes to be admired. A synonym expression of it can be feed someone's pride.
The priory protects the source of the church's power on earth.
I don't understand. What power?
The Holy Grail.
As of now, the legend says that the Holy Grail is the cup or chalice that Jesus Christ used at the Last Supper. Medieval stories also say this cup was used by Mary Magdalene to catch Christ's blood at the crucifixion.
She's at the foot of the cross, and with her long red hair, she is taking the blood off his feet, off his nailed feet, and she squeezes her hair, and she squeezes it into a cup or a bowl, and that is the Grail.
If that's so, why then Sir Tibin has a smirk on his face when asking?
Robert, Has he been telling you that the Holy Grail is a cup?
And that's when the conspiracy in the Da Vinci Code is revealed.
The good book did not arrive by facsimile from heaven.
Facsimile means the exact copy of a document, like an old book, manuscript, a map, something of historical value. Nowadays we know this word as a fax or copy.
The Bible, as we know it, was finally presided over by one man.
The Bible was presided over by Constantine. The phrase preside over something means to be in charge of something, to lead or control something. This phrase is used in formal contexts. Examples: the judge presided over a case. The country was presided over by a particular government.
The pagan emperor Constantine.
I thought Constantine was a Christian.
No, he was a lifelong pagan.
Constantine was a pagan. Pagan is the name given to people by early Christianity, and this term is used nowadays. So those are the people who don't believe in any modern form of religion. They worship nature, also some nature gods and goddesses. And this is important. Before Christianity, not only males were viewed as a source of power, but females as well.
A growing religious turmoil was gripping Rome. Christ's followers had grown exponentially.
A growing religious turmoil was gripping Rome. Turmoil is the word of level C2. It means a state of confusion, uncertainty, or disorder. The state when you don't know what to believe, what decision to make, which action to take. Grip means a firm hold of something. So Tibin is talking about the growing tension between those who started believing in Jesus and those who preferred to continue believing in what they used to believe.
Christianity was on the rise. He didn't want his empire torn apart.
So Constantine united Rome under Christianity, and most pagan holidays became Christian holidays. That's why Christmas and Easter are artificial holidays created to Christianize existing celebrations and make conversion easier.
Until that moment in history, Jesus was viewed as a mighty prophet.
So to make people convert and forget about their previous beliefs, they made Jesus immortal.
He was a great and powerful man, but a man, nevertheless.
Not the Son of God?
He says, until that time Jesus was viewed as a man, nevertheless. The word nevertheless is level B2 and means despite that, even so. It's used when you want to show contrast. One thing is true, but another thing is also true. It connects two ideas that don't quite fit together, but both are still valid. A trick to remember. If you could say but still, you can often replace it with nevertheless. Example: she was tired, but she still did her homework. She was tired, nevertheless, she finished her homework.
Now let me show you the Grail.
Only save us the parlor tricks.
Allow an old man his indulgences.
Allow the old man his indulgences. Indulgence is the act of having something enjoyable, even if it's not necessary. Basically, a luxury, a treat, or a guilty pleasure. Examples: watching movies all day is a rare indulgence for him. Chocolate cake is my favorite indulgence.
Where is Jesus sitting?
In the middle.
He and his disciples are breaking bread.
Disciple is a person who believes in the ideas of a leader, especially religious or political one, and tries to live according to those ideas. Example: he was a disciple of Martin Luther King. Nowadays we say followers. In Christianity, disciples are the 12 men who followed Jesus during his life.
How many wine glasses are there on the table?
One. The Holy Grail?
Open your eyes. No chalice. Well, that's a bit strange, isn't it?
That's a sharp observation. Nevertheless, I would say 2000 years ago, people didn't drink wine from wine glasses as we picture today. They used simple cups. So the red drink in their cups could be wine. But the absence of a chalice or a tall wine goblet gave rise to the following interpretation.
This is called a chalice.
And the chalice resembles a cup of the shape of a woman's womb.
The form of chalice represents a sign of a woman's womb. Womb is an organ where the babies develop before birth.
No, the Grail has never been a cup. A woman who carried a secret that, if revealed, it would devastate the very foundations of Christianity.
A woman carried a secret that would devastate Christianity if revealed. Devastate means to destroy a place or thing completely or cause great damage. This is the reason why the church was so determined to keep the truth away from people and preserve its power.
But they're all men.
What about that figure on the right hand of our Lord? Flowing red hair, hint of a bosom, no?
A woman?
On the right side of Jesus, on that honorable seat, there was not a man, but a woman with long red hair, feminine hands, and a hint of a bosom. That's woman's breasts or the front of a person's chest. This word also used when talking about the place where the feeling grows. Example, a dark jealousy stirred in his bosom. It's the place where you feel sadness or happiness.
You're saying the Holy Grail is a person? Who is she?
Mary Magdalene was Jesus' wife.
This is an old wives' tale.
This is an old wives' tale. It's an expression. As we know, a tale is a story, so an old wives' tale is a belief, usually based on superstitions, that was passed from older generation to younger generations. But nowadays, those beliefs are proven to be wrong. They are not based on any proof. You can use this expression when you want to point out that some advice, warning, or belief is not scientifically true, but comes from tradition, superstition, or folklore. Example, my grandmother always told me not to swim right after eating, but that's just an old wives' tale.
Leonardo gives us the chalice. Yes. Oh, and Robert, notice what happens when these two figures change position.
Tibin reveals a hidden chalice symbol in the painting, suggesting that Mary Magdalene and Jesus were mortal, married, and even had a child, a daughter named Sarah. To protect its power, the church had hunted free-thinking women for centuries, branding them as witches and burning them at the stake, all to preserve one official story for believers. There is only one true God, and He is the man. Therefore, the power of the church and the power in the world belong to man, despite the idea that Jesus' daughter was supposed to be the head of the church. Isn't this a unique, fascinating, and thought-provoking interpretation of Christian history, one that was so masterfully hidden in Da Vinci's paintings? I believe every theory has the right to exist, and in my view, the film did not offend either the church or the Bible. However, the sheer number of protests and bans it provoked made me wonder about one thing. Could it be that the church really has a secret it has been striving so hard to hide? Write your opinion on the matter in the comments. If you enjoyed the lesson, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.
The church was supposed to be carried on by a woman.